Hello everyone, my name is Simba and I am the leader of Furry Valley, a friendly, warm and welcoming online community for the furry fandom and furry-friendly individuals. There is, however, nothing furry specific in this video. Please do ensure that all those you care about see this and take the required steps to ensure their personal security. I'm making this video to give you information on how to keep yourself safe and secure against an activity known as doxing. The Merriam-Webster dictionary defines doxing as a slang term meaning to publicly identify or publish private information about someone. To give a more concrete example, perhaps you played a game of League of Legends against a particularly toxic individual. In response to your victory, they look up your information and send it to your online friends. You may think that this is not something that people would actually do, but the unfortunate reality that we live in is that there legitimately are a number of sad and deranged individuals who do, through a complete lack of social capability and overall poor character, actually try to attack people in this way. The rest of this video will be split into two sections. The first provides precise, practical instructions with clear demonstrations on how to secure your information on several sites and services, particularly those most frequented by gamers and furries. The demonstrations provided are on a computer rather than on a mobile device, but equivalent settings exist on mobile. All relevant links are provided in the video description. The second part of this video provides some general advice to enhance and sustain your security. Timestamps are provided in the video description to allow you to move around within this video to the various platforms and to the general advice. First, we shall cover Facebook. If you have an old Facebook that you do not use or do not care about keeping your Facebook account, the best way to fix your privacy is to deactivate your account. A link is provided in the video description on how to do this. If you do wish to keep your Facebook active, we shall begin by going to our settings page, linked in the video description. You may also find this by the triangle icon at the top right on Facebook and pressing on Settings. Once we are here, the important tabs are Privacy, Timeline and Tagging, Stories, Location. I will show now securing the Privacy tab. The other aforementioned tabs can be dealt with analogously. Your future posts should be seen by friends by default, rather than public. Next, use the Limit Past Posts feature to ensure that any content you previously had displayed as public will now be only visible to your friends. Limit friend requests to friends of friends. Only you should be able to see your friends list. Only you should be able to look up your profile using your email address. And only you should be able to look up your profile using your phone number. And search engines outside of Facebook should not be linking to your profile. The other tabs, and I list them again. Timeline and tagging, stories, location should be dealt with similarly. Next, we move on to Facebook's About section. To get here, go to your profile page and press the About tab. Ideally, information on this page should be deleted, as it can be amongst the most sensitive and most dangerous to be exposed. If you absolutely must keep information on this page, please ensure that the information is only visible to yourself. Your online contacts do not need to know where you work, where you go to college, your mother's name, your hometown, or any other significant pieces of personally identifying information. Next, we move on to the Friends tab. Press the Manage button at the upper right and choose Edit Privacy. Both of these settings should be set to Only Me. Press the Done button when finished. Next, we move on to the Photos tab. Facebook automatically makes all of your old profile pictures and cover photos public, so these should be deleted if you do not plan to use them again. To access these, press on the Albums tab. We now show an example of one such image being removed. Finally, press on More and then Manage Sections. I advise you uncheck as many of these as possible, as this information is displayed publicly otherwise. Some sections, for example check-ins, are vital to disable as they obviously give away your location. However, some other settings, for example reviews, can be equally leaking of your personal information because you may have, for example, reviewed a local restaurant in your town. Press the Save button when finished. The next site that we move on to is LinkedIn. Again, if you wish to deactivate your LinkedIn account, a link is provided in the video description. If you would rather not deactivate your LinkedIn account, thankfully, it is much easier to maintain our security than on Facebook. Simply press on the Me button at the top and go to Settings and Privacy. These are the only options that you need to change. Go through each of them thoroughly. They are all quite intuitive, but for an example, we show now how to make it so that only you may see your connections. Setting changes to this page are saved automatically. Next, we focus on making your Steam profile private. First, log in on the Steam website, press on the Edit Profile link underneath your displayed badge, and navigate to the My Privacy Settings tab. Ensure that your profile is set to private. While you are here, make sure that no personally identifying information is available on your profile, for example, your name. When you are done, press Save. Next, we focus on removing linked accounts. First, looking at YouTube. Some account links to YouTube may need to be removed from the other platform rather than from YouTube itself. To get to your connected accounts page, either press the link provided in the video description or press on your icon at the top right. Go to Settings and then the Connected Accounts tab. We show an example here of unlinking an account from YouTube. The final specific application that we consider in this video is Discord. Many of us have linked several accounts to our Discord, and removing these is wise to improve security. To do this, press on the User Settings cog and go to the Connections tab. It is easy to remove connections from here. While you are here, make sure that you also uncheck the Automatically Detect Accounts from other platforms on this computer option, so that your accounts are not reconnected without you realizing. I'm going now to conclude with some general advice. Never link accounts unless you have to. When was the last time that you wanted to play Overwatch with someone, and instead of simply asking them for their Battle.net tag, you looked them up somewhere, hoping to find their connected account and then added it? Nobody does this. Many other sites For example, Furry Affinity, F-List, and online dating sites simply ask you to list your accounts on other platforms. Remove them, but this is not necessary and constitutes a security risk. Secondly, don't use your offline life or business email address for websites that do not relate to your real life or work affairs. Your online email address should not contain personal information. For example, yourname@hotmail.com is not a suitable email address to use for anything outside of your offline life. Thirdly, use fake real names online. Other than for things like financial transactions, you basically never should give anyone your actual real name. Be creative. A lot of us hate our real names. Haven't you ever wanted to be called Benedict Cumberbatch? Fourthly, never have both online friends and real-life friends, colleagues, or family on the same platform. The most unsavory people won't simply try to bother you, but may also ungraciously try to interfere with your family and with your work. You should protect yourself and protect those who matter to you in the offline world. Fifthly, search yourself on Google. Type in your online handles, type in your email addresses, and see what you can find out about yourself. If you find things that you would not be comfortable with an aggressive, hateful individual knowing, then take steps to remedy your security on the particular platform upon which too much information is being exposed. Sixthly and finally, tell everyone about this video. This is not fear-mongering. Sadly, there really are people on the internet who, while the vast majority of us simply want to have a good time, choose to conduct themselves in this way. Your security and the security of your friends and your family matters greatly. By following the simple steps in this video and remaining cognizant so that you maintain basic security, you are unlikely to fall foul of such demented individuals. I greatly appreciate you watching this video to the end. As a veteran of the internet and online communities, I feel saddened that this kind of lockdown security is necessary. But it is necessary. Be proactive. As soon as you are done watching this video, fix your security. We live in a time in history where unparalleled technological advances enrich our lives. But we must be careful to protect ourselves and our loved ones from those who seek and wish to cause us harm. Thank you for your time today. Please, again, do share this video with all of those you hold dear. And if you found it helpful, consider liking and subscribing or checking out some of our social media links in the video description.